Thank you, President Gildy. Something that unites us is the Rotary vision, which is together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves.
Thank you, Damien. Now for some good news. The bar will remain open. And it will stay open once the meeting closes, so you can enjoy some fellowship. Just a little bit of housekeeping. You may have already noticed there are some toilets on the left and the right, and the same place for the exit. And I wouldn't be doing my duties right if I didn't say to you that we have a community bowl on the table, and we take all kinds of coin and folded notes. You can also donate online, and those funds that raised go to all of our community projects for Rotary Adelaide. I would now like to invite District Governor Marie-Louise Lees to come up and speak with you all. Thank you, Marie.
Thank you, Gildy. Thank you, everyone. I would like to acknowledge now some special guests that are here today. We have quite a large number of past district governors and their partners with us today. If you are able, I would ask you now to stand and be acknowledged by those present. I would like to acknowledge future District Governors Tim Mead and his wife Jill, and who's our District Governor-elect, and Damien Leach, our District Governor nominee. Also, a very special welcome to Priya and Ahalia. I hope I didn't butcher that too badly. Kamineni, Rajeev's wife and daughter. Thank you for coming. Thank you everyone here today for making the time to be present for this important event in our Rotary year. Thank you.
I'd now like to invite District Governor Tim to propose a toast to Australia, please.
District Governor-elect, not District Governor. We've got another year to prepare for this. Distinguished guests, Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a safe and free country. This provides us with an opportunity to serve others through Rotary. Please be upstanding. To the people of Australia.
Try and get this right. I'd now like to invite past District Governor Wendy Gabbert to respond to the Rotary International toast. Yeah. Where are we up to? Paul Thomas. To respond to the toast. Emma's throwing me out. Forget that I'm film that I messed up. Sorry, past District Governor Paul Thomas proposed the toast.
The Rotary magazine of 1945 reported that Rotary founder Paul Harris was quoted, "I'd like to think that the pioneering days of Rotary have only just begun. There are just as many new things to be done as there were. Kaleidoscopic changes are taking place, many of them without our will, even to hang on the fringe of this fast-changing world is about all most of us can do. Rotary simply continue to pioneer or be left in the rear of progress. And progress we do. Each year we experience the changeover of the Rotary International President, as we do the District Governor. As Rotarians, we are resourceful and adaptable. And this brings me to recall a story that I heard about the resourcefulness of District Governor. They could very well have been the District Governor-elect, Rajeev, and the District Governor, ML. The District Governor-elect may well have been at the International Convention last year in Singapore and was required to attend a formal dinner and had to hire a tux. The tux arrived at his hotel suite with a bow tie that needed to be tied. Now, many of us are not used to that anymore. A little alarmed, the District Governor-elect spent half an hour unsuccessfully trying to tie the bow tie. He suddenly realised that he would need to be at the dinner shortly. He ran out of his room into the hall and asked the first person he saw walking toward him, a District Governor, and asked if they knew how to tie a bow tie. And the District Governor said she did, and invited him into her room to tie the tie. Now, the District Governor said, "Quick, lay down on the bed." Now, a little cautious on what they may be getting themselves into, but in the desperate situation, anxiously laid down on the bed. The helpful District Governor quickly tied the bow tie and had the District Governor-elect stand up and look at her handiwork in the mirror. It was perfect. The District Governor-elect said, "That's great, but why did you have me lay down on the bed?" The District Governor replied, "I'm an undertaker." It's the only way I know how. President Gilby, District Governor Marie-Louise, District Governor-elect Rajeev and Priya, District Governor nominee Tim and Jill, and District Governor nominee designate Damien, past District Governors, Rotarians, our partners in Rotary, guests. After the very recent and unanticipated resignation of the Rotary International President-elect, the Rotary International Board have selected and replaced as President-elect Italian Rotarian Francesco Arenzo. In 2025, the 26th presidential message announced that at the 2025 International Assembly in February will remain Unite for Good, which calls on Rotary members to be a force for unity in a world increasingly divided by politics, geography and ideology. Through service projects, Rotary brings together people of every background across races, religion and professions in a shared mission to do good in their communities. There is not a better picture in my mind than my first introduction to Rotary back in 1977, when I was an exchange student in Japan. Only 32 years after the victory in the Pacific, the Second World War was still a vivid memory for many in Australia and Japan. These Rotarians and their families opened their homes and their hearts to me, predominantly in our garden, for all to see as a peace poll, number 24, May Peace Prevail on Earth, which was our centenary project, but a depth of meaning for me is those words as they repeated on one side in Japanese, on the other in Polish, and the last in Cornish. Our Rotary Peace Scholarships through academic training, practice and global networking opportunities, the Rotary Peace Centres program develops the capacity of peace and development professionals to become effective catalysts for peace. The world in which we are now living at this moment is as fractured as it was at the Second World War. The Rotary founder, Paul Harris, shared that the foundation upon which Rotary is built is friendship. On no less firm foundation could it have stood. Certainly, this is how I feel when we visit the many Rotary clubs throughout our district. When I was an exchange student back in 1977, there were some 30 plus students being sent away from our district and a similar number hosted. Today we have 10 aspiring to be going overseas next year, yet we struggle to find hosts, clubs for 4 students. Visiting 2 weeks ago the Rotary Club of Mildura Deakin, I was excited by the work that they're doing in their community for their local activities, supporting the drought in the Western Victorian region, but they also support youth exchange by again this year hosting 2 students, one to arrive shortly from Japan and the other from Sweden, a fantastic contribution through their Rotary Club. And Paul Harris also said that whatever Rotary means to us, to the world it will be known by the results it achieves. As people of action, our Rotary clubs have contributed to their local communities, but also the wider world. It was with the Rotary Club of Whyalla a couple of weeks ago that we were being seen, I was able to see within their community the work that they're doing. Over recent days, Peter Jarvis has documented on Facebook his travels to Alice Springs and the work that is being done through Shelterbox. In Alice Springs, the Henry on Todd event derives considerable funds that they can expend towards projects in their community. Each month, we receive our RDU magazine, and it is full of stories describing fantastic projects and of many Rotarians in action. What we're not good at is telling other people about the work that we're doing. It was great to see on Channel 7 News the efforts that our district has contributed toward the hay for the drought-stricken farmers. Rotary has responded in many cases where governments have remained silent. Our clubs throughout our district continue to meet the 7 avenues of service that Rotary International aspires. Peace building and conflict prevention through contributions to the Rotary Foundation. We support RORCs and the Ukraine initiatives of this district, more than $350,000 expended on humanitarian efforts in southern Ukraine over the past 2.5 years because of this district and our Rotarians. Our clubs have supported Shelterbox. We have disease prevention and treatment through the Australian Rotarians Against Malaria, the Rotary Health Foundation, ROMAC, Interclass, water sanitation and hygiene, again through contributions to the Rotary Foundation. Maternal and child health, the work that we do with domestic violence. Basic education and literacy, community economic development, and the environment are again funds contributed by the Rotary Foundation are being channelled towards environmental projects. And it will be with interest in the environment that many will help Rotarian hopefully attract younger people from Gen Y and the millennials. Our district supports Calcutta Station, and our District 9510 support of the Sailing Challenge on the state sailing vessel Whanganui. This is one of the district programs that I really valued during my year as District Governor and holds some rewarding memories from that year. And I share just one story quickly that I've shared before about a lad that I spoke to early in the morning down at Port Adelaide before he went on that training vessel. He was from State Care and he didn't really care much whether he was going on to the vessel or not. But I spoke to the same lad when he came back and he said, "Mr. Thomas, it's the first time in my life somebody did for me what they said they were going to do." And he explained about the watch and how the watch that he was in, the red watch, if you didn't do what you said you were going to do, you would let the whole ship down and put others at risk. In remembering that Rotary International President's message, Unite for Good, I think of the words of the late Martin Luther King Jr. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. These words emphasise the importance of unity, cooperation for survival and progress, which are those 7 avenues of service that we support. It's through Rotary and its 46,000 clubs throughout the world and 1.4 million members here in District 95002, drawing together the clubs from the Eyre Peninsula, Alice Springs, Broken Hill, the Riverina, the Riverland, York and Mid-North, Murray Lands, the Fleurieu Peninsula and Greater Adelaide City. Collectively, we are drawn for good. Please join me with a toast to Rotary International and the work that we are doing. Take pride in your achievements and contributions. Remember, we are only as strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided. As Rotarians, we are people of action who unite for good. District Governors, Rotarians and guests, I give you Rotary International. Rotary International. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. I'd now like to invite past District Governor Wendy Everett to respond to the Rotary International toast.
District Governors, past, present and future, distinguished guests, fellow Rotarians. Past District Governor Paul, thank you for your reflective and inspirational words in the toast to Rotary International. It is an honour to respond on behalf of the District Governor Rajeev and the Rotary Club of Adelaide. As Rotarians, we're proud to be part of a worldwide fellowship that spans the globe, actively working to make a difference in countless communities. From the eradication of polio to supporting sustainable development in various corners of the world, Rotary members consistently demonstrate their dedication to service and positive change. We are problem solvers, leveraging our professional experiences and personal commitments to tackle challenges and to make a difference in the lives of others. In the words of then Rotary International President-elect Mario Cesar Martins de Campagno, this year's Rotary theme, Unite for Good, speaks powerfully to the work ahead of us. Peace building is not a solo effort. It is a collective process rooted in trust, empathy and shared action. Whether through local initiatives or global partnerships, we are reminded we have the opportunity to strengthen the bonds that unite us and widen the circle of peace. He encouraged us to let this be a year of deepened connection between clubs, between generations, and between Rotary's values and real-world impact. Thank you for celebrating today Rotary's mission and accomplishments. Thank you.
Now, Rotarians and guests, you're going to be spoiled by our Adelaide Oval staff. They're going to be serving you a beautiful lunch, so please enjoy some fellowship, and you can get a drink from the bar, there's no line, and we will return in about 20 minutes. Thank you.
So it's been an honour to serve as District Governor for the past year, and I'd like to express my gratitude for all Rotarians' efforts over the past year. Paul Thomas in his toast talked about the many amazing things that we do as Rotarians in our district. I'd also acknowledge that the first year of the implementation of our pilot has provided many people with additional challenges, and I truly admire the perseverance and efforts of all Rotarians who lent into this opportunity to pilot a new model of Rotary in our zone. I know it's been difficult. This year, there were significant changes made to what has been our way of operating for many years. It actually started at the end of the previous year, where past District Governor Craig had an initiative to move several committees that were historically managed at district levels out to be managed by clubs via MOU with the district. The committees that were impacted were the District Disaster Fund, RILA, RIPEN, the Say No to Domestic Violence Project, the One and All Sailing Challenge, and CALPM and the Environment. The opportunity was also extended to Youth Exchange, but the committee declined the opportunity to do this, and their financial management has remained with District. In addition to this, several multi-club projects were allocated funds from District reserves to support their projects. These included the Heart of the Nation, the Rotary Overseas Relocated Playgrounds, and the Shield Bags project. This initiative successfully simplified the financial management of the district, and despite a few teething problems, mainly due to bank signatories, thanks for your patience, Helen Marshall, has been successful for the committees and the projects. The other major change this year was streamlining the district management by operating without a separate leadership committee, the DLT, and implementation of our pilot meant transferring functions that were traditionally done by the district to the pilot, meaning that district was not responsible for direct club support, membership development, public image, diversity, equity, inclusion, and the youth program of Interact. The pilot club support model, with clubs working together in their community groups, supported by their Rotary community leader, the Rotary Specialist Network and the Regional Council providing governance, changed the role of the district substantially. As District Governor, I engaged with clubs at their request and in their way, when and how they wanted me to support them. And some of them didn't want to see me at all. Without a formal club visit, the amount of time dedicated to travel and the cost reduction both in dollars and impact on the environment were achieved. I hope I contributed in some small way to the endeavours of clubs in this past year, and I acknowledge the efforts of all of our community leaders, those who have joined the Specialist Network and those who have been working as part of the Regional Council organisation. There's also been a positive impact in these changes in a 15% reduction, sorry, I'm an engineer, I like numbers, to our district dues. And I can also announce today that a further $16.70 per member will be returned to clubs to achieve a balanced budget, which was a commitment this year. This represents a total saving of 30% to members over the past year, which is significant, especially in light of the continual increases we are seeing in insurance costs. And insurance now represents more than 50% of our district dues. But having travelled to the Rotary International Convention in Calgary, the Rotary insurance we have is fabulous, so I don't mind paying for it. The changes we've made to the operation of the district are being done under a special clause in the district bylaws, which allows that under a program of Rotary International, we can change the structure of the district. If we do want to make this permanent in the future, there will need to be amendments to the bylaws to allow this to continue. I haven't received much feedback indicating that these changes have been detrimental to Rotary in our district this year. Our Rotary Foundation remained a key focus for district, and our District Foundation Committee had a very busy year. We hosted the Rotary Foundation Trustee Chair Mark Maloney and his wife Gay for a donor recognition dinner in November. I'd like to acknowledge past District Governor Wendy Gaboret for her efforts in organising that, and past District Governor Jane Owens for sharing the very wonderful duty of being their aides during the visit. It was a lot of fun. As part of their visit, they indicated they wanted to see an environment project funded by the foundation, which sent Wendy and I scratching our heads. But we did find the project, which was originally started by the Rotary Club of Brownhill Creek and is now run by the Mitcham Club, to rehabilitate the area around a birthing tree in Brownhill Creek. So we took them there, and I'm really excited to share that in Calgary at the Rotary Foundation Legacy Lunch, which was the celebration of the endowment fund reaching just over $2 billion, Mark and Gay shared about 10 projects from their years, and ours was one that was featured. So that was a highlight of their year. I'd also just quickly mention, I'm going off script here, is that they had a thought for the day as part of the dinner, and Larry Lunsford, who's vice chair of the foundation committee, shared a book by Mem Fox, which is called, I think, Wherever You Are, Whoever You Are, and it's a story about tolerance and diversity. And sorry, it was absolutely beautiful. So we got 2 golds at the one lunch, which was really exciting. So this year we have 2 new level 1 major donor, 1 new level 3 major donor, and 4 new bequest society members. It is fantastic to see members supporting our Rotary Foundation, which enables us to do a lot of the amazing work we do across the world as we unite for good. For the first time this year, we asked clubs to have foundation goals to receive a district grant, and so we ended up with 41 clubs with foundation contribution goals. And I'm happy to say that 40 of the 41 actually contributed to the foundation, with 33 of those exceeding the goal that they had entered. So that's really fantastic news. On the flip side, we have 11 clubs who did not contribute at all to the Rotary Foundation, and that's disappointing. And several of those clubs have not contributed for several years, and I understand it will be a focus for next year to try and actually address that. I'd like to thank District Governor-elect Tim Mee, who utilised the Paradise Mazda Rotary Promotional Ute, thank you Jeff, to present at clubs around the district to promote both international service and the Rotary Foundation. I know that took a lot of time and effort, Tim. Total contribution to the foundation was slightly higher than last year, although the annual and polio funds were slightly lower, 7% lower. But thank you to Damien Leach and all of the foundation committee members for the work this year. A special thank you to Bob Cooper, who served as our Council on Legislation representative. Bob stepped in at the last moment after Jerry Casburn had to withdraw due to health reasons. It was really great to have Bob approach that with his usual thorough way in attending that, basically the Rotary Parliament. I note that one of the resolutions passed at Council on Legislation was that the requirement to have an annual district conference has been removed. Moving on to this subject, this year we tried something a little bit different. We partnered with District 9800, which is the centre of Melbourne up to the river, for the Multi-District Impact Summit held at Morphettville in May. It was going to be in April, but then the AFL decided our weekend was the weekend for Gather Round. I can attest that an enormous effort went into organising the event, and working across 2 districts was a great experience, but one that provided additional challenges. Although registration numbers were lower than we had hoped, which impacted the financial outcome, but I've had really positive feedback from those who did attend the event. The committee many actually stretch across 3 districts and many clubs, and I'd like to acknowledge the members from District 9, 5, 10 who contributed a huge amount of their energy to the time to be met. From Rotary Club of Gawler Light, Brian Anderson, Steve McLaughlin and Daryl Matthews. From Regency Park, Angela Ellis. West Lakes, Ros DeGarris and Andrew kind of got dragged in there a bit too. From Seaford in Renshaw, from Mount Barker, Penny Taylor. From Murray Bridge, Robin Legally, Mitcham, Helen Charles, and the Adelaide Club, Greg Knaggy and Joe Figley. You can see how it really was a multi-club event. Special thanks also to the sponsors, Beyond Bank, William Buck, Future Generations, Paradise Mazda, Sinorama Royal Park and Nation Creative for all of their support. Also, I'd like to acknowledge that, and I think this was Joe's little addition, we had Aidan Manning film a day of the event where he followed around Regency Park member Hardy Jafari for the day, and he's produced a little movie. It's available on the district website. It's really worth taking a look. It's fantastic. And I'd also like to acknowledge that this footage is now being utilised by the Regional Council Public Image team, and they've put some short clips on their social media as well. So I've already booked my accommodation in Horsham for March 2026, when 3 districts are going to come together for the next multi-district event. I urge all of you here to attend what will be a wonderful celebration of all things Rotary, and I think partnering with other districts is just so much fun and such a rich experience. The year was not without its low points. The handing in of the charter of 2 clubs, the Rotary Club of Teatree Gully and the Rotary Club of Playford, is always sad when we farewell clubs. But there were a whole range of reasons that these clubs decided they could not continue. Thankfully, some of their members have continued their Rotary journeys with other clubs. Also, despite everyone's best efforts, our membership does continue to fall. We have 50 less Rotarians in our district at the start of this year than it was at the start of last year. Positively, it's about half the drop that we saw last year, but we've still got a way to go to stabilise things. But I have seen the work that many clubs are doing to reverse this trend, supported by their community leaders, and also particularly the 8 clubs who are part of the Fit for Purpose Membership Initiative program. I'm really hopeful that this coming year we will start to see some of the positive change. Finally, I'd like to acknowledge the contributions to the District Board by all members, and I'm grateful for their support, advice and wise counsel. I'd like to acknowledge those who are not continuing next year or this year. I'm sure Rajeev's going to introduce those that are. But Stephanie Martin, Lisa Dallow, past District Governor Craig Dowling and Nick Egan, who's the District Rotary. Thank you all for your efforts this year. To those that are continuing, Andrew Johnson, Robin Legally, Rajeev, Tim and Damien, best of luck for this coming year. And lastly, a very special personal acknowledgement to David Egan. David has been, David has been a wonderful mentor to me for several years, but especially this year. David is a brilliant change advocate who works tirelessly to provide an opportunity to build a model of Rotary which will thrive into the future. Thank you, David, and I owe you a huge debt of gratitude. And the last bit, and I'm sorry for those who are still eating, but it is a privilege as DG to present some Paul Harold Fellowships to some Rotarians whose service to the district this year has been outstanding. and without them we would have not achieved what we did. Most of you in this room would be aware that a Paul Harris Fellowship represents a contribution of US $1,000 to our Rotary Foundation. So that contribution helps us do the good in the world that we do. Can I ask these people to come forward to receive their pins? From the Rotary Club of Mount Barker, Penny Taylor. I hear there was a bit of subterfuge to get Penny here, thank you. So Penny, as many of you may or may not be aware, Penny has been the production manager for the district conference for, I'm assured, more than a decade. Penny is just such a professional, and everything runs so smoothly with her doing all that work in the background. And without you, Penny, we would not have delivered such a high quality event that we did at the Impact Summit. So thank you. Just got to get the right gong, the right person. Next, Tony Simmons. Tony, one of the most important positions we have is, of course, the financial management, and Tony took on the district finance chair, which in a period of change, he implemented some really positive process improvements. And he also provided plenty of frank and fearless advice throughout the year. Tony is a man of incredible integrity, and it has just been so fantastic, Tony, to have you work this year. I've got to say that because I reckon if he'd known how much work it was going to be, he wouldn't have done it. So thank you, Tony. Ian Renshaw. So Ian has, as we didn't have public image committee, but as part of the summer and also our Facebook, we needed someone to take on that job, and Ian took it on. We renamed our Facebook page to Rotary Moments, and Ian has done such a high quality posts on that, which has been absolutely fantastic. He also took on promotion of the Impact Summit, and he's organised regular ongoing promotion opportunities at Triple B Coast FM, which I did one. I was terrified, but it was actually fantastic. So thank you, Ian, for everything you've done. It's been fantastic. And lastly, but not least, Robin Legalling. I actually sometimes struggle to work out how Robin actually fits everything in that he does. He's just been long-standing support with all things IT, website, club runner. He also did all the presentation material for the Impact Summit, and what I think is the exceptional quality monthly communication through the classifieds. Robin's attention to detail and higher standards, especially around branding, is just awesome. If something comes in to the classifieds and it's not brand compliant, Robin very gently amends it, so it is. So thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. That's all I have. Gildy, are you coming up again now? Thanks, everyone.
everyone. Thank you, ML, for your summary of the year. We have been very lucky to have you as our District Governor. You've led with compassion and care, you've listened. You are a woman of action and you have made a difference. On behalf of everyone here, I thank you enormously for all you've done. I'm sure she's got a holiday book somewhere. Now we have a little bit of fun. We have the Director of Fundraising for Rotary Adelaide. He's going to come up. She disappeared too. There she is. Jill Chapman. She has got a Rotary Foundation item that she's going to talk you through. So open your wallets. Over to you, Jill. Thank you. Greetings, fellow Rotarians. There's a little bit of a backstory to this, but I think the first thing we'll do so that these beautiful ladies can go and sit down is actually unveil this beautiful piece of artwork. Are you ready? Drum roll. Thank you, ladies. Right. So, what we have here, oh, sorry, they can't see that bit. It's a beautiful still life of a bowl of quinces. I wanted to create a trophy, but you know, I couldn't find a plastic quince anywhere to put on top of it. So anyway, that's another story. So this painting was lovingly donated by Margaret O'Neill, the wife of one of our long-standing Rotary members. And it's had pride of place in the home of Zing and Sue for I think about 10 years now. So it became the subject of a bit of a bidding war at I think it was a district function, I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, as my old dad used to say, don't spoil a good story by insisting on facts. But anyhow, it was gifted back to us very generously by Zing and Sue for our recent comedy night. But it sort of didn't fit with either the silent option or the live option. So I've made an executive decision and decided that we're going to re-auction this beautiful art piece. Now, it could become the property of an individual member. It could become the property of a club. So think about the gentle and very friendly rivalry we have between some of our clubs. If you or your club would like to become the keeper of the quinces for the next 12 months, then think about how much you might like to contribute to the foundation for this beautiful painting. Now, if your house is a bit like mine and it's a bit cramped and you don't have room for this, you can choose to leave it in our gentle care and you will instead be presented with this beautifully framed certificate that says you are the keeper of the quinces for 25-26. So it then can come back to, I think, the Governor's Changeover next year, why not? And be auctioned off again. So, a little disclaimer here, I am not an official auctioneer, but then we're not auctioning off Collinsville Estate either. So, do I have an opening bid for this beautiful artwork? We can take your cash, we can take your credit card. We won't, deprive you of your firstborn. But do I have an opening bid for this beautiful piece of artwork, please? You can have it in your home, you can have it in your Rotary Club, or you can just be the keeper of the quinces for this year. I'm going to start it off with a personal bid of $100. Do I have an advance on $100? Come on, it's a beautiful original piece of art. Where it's sorry? Oh, 120 I have over here from Wendy. Do we have an advance? Yes? 150 for this lovely gentleman back here. Come on, it's worth more than that. I will let you into a little, Zing, can I let them into a little secret of how much it sold for last time? Is that okay? Yes? Last time this beautiful painting changed hands, it went for $600. So come on guys, we've got to raise at least a bit more than $150 for it. Don't forget, if you can't hang on to it, you get to be the keeper of the quinces for 12 months. Do we have an advance on $150 from this lovely gentleman over here? No? Okay, going once. Oh, Peter's got a bid, Peter? 250? I hear $250 over here. You'll have to yell. 275 from Heidi down here. Come on folks, we're doing really, really well here. Remember, it's a beautiful artwork. Dick, what would you like? 300 from my childhood dentist. Sorry Dick, that's aged both of us terribly. So we had 300 over here from Dick. Anybody else? Any advance on 300? Going once. You'll have to yell or jump up and down, Peter. 360 is coming from over here from Mr. Peter Neal. Anybody else wants to get involved in this bidding war? Do we have an advance on $360, folks? We've got to wind this up because I'm getting the wind up from the program. At the moment, we have going once to Peter Neal for 360. Going twice. Sold. Congratulations, Mr. Neal. Wonderful. We'll get your money off you before you leave. Thank you, ladies. Well, that was a bit of excitement as we broke up the lunch. Now I would like to invite past District Governor Barbara Whitcroft to come up to present an award on behalf of the Australian Rotary Health.
Thank you, Julie. District Governors, past, present and future, distinguished guests and guests. I had another word, I won't use it. I wonder if I could please ask Cam and Robin to come up to the podium. On behalf of Australian Rotary Health, it's always my pleasure, and I hope they're not still eating, that would be cool, to make a couple of presentations on the funding that they have given, donated to Australian Rotary Health up to this point. One is for Cam and Robin as themselves, and one is for the Cooper's Family Trust, which support Indigenous scholars through our state Indigenous Scholarship Program. So on behalf of Australian Rotary Health, can I please say a very big thank you for what you have done and what this does for mental health research throughout Australia. And I would like to present, and I hope I don't lose the badges in here, but they're in there. There's one. So there is another pin hiding in the bottom of the bag. I'll find the other one in a minute. And this one is, please, if you could please present to the Family Trust, or this one to hopefully be displayed up on the wall somewhere. And I'm fighting for the badges here. Another one. There's one. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara, and congratulations, Cam and Robin, very generous donors indeed and supporters of Rotary. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, and apparently ML's been waiting even longer. It is the induction of our wonderful member, Rajeev Kamineni. So I'll ask you both to come up, please.
Rotarians and guests, we are gathered here today. I said to Rajeev, two things, I do and I will. As District Governor for 95, to induct Rajeev Kamineni formally as the District Governor for District 9510 for the 25-26 Rotary year. Rajeev has been chosen by the clubs in this district for his leadership qualities and dedication to Rotary. Rajeev's commitment to service and the Rotary vision makes him an ideal choice to be the officer of Rotary International and to lead Rotary in this district on behalf of Rotary International. Rajeev, do you accept the responsibilities of District Governor for District 9510?
I do.
One down. Will you uphold the objects of Rotary with the constitutions and bylaws of Rotary International and the bylaws of this district, and will you faithfully discharge the duties of your office to the best of your abilities?
I will.
In the name of Rotary International and on behalf of the clubs in this district, I declare you duly inducted as the District Governor for Rotary year 2025-26. As a symbol of your office and commitment, please accept the collar of the District Governor and a pin. Fellow Rotarians and guests, please stand if you are able and offer your support to our new District Governor, Rajeev Kamineni. I give you our District Governor.
Before I start talking, I would like to invite Emil to come back. I know you have your cheese, but from both of us. Thank you. Would like to request past District Governor Dick Milner from Rotary of Light to come over and hand the banner stating this is the home club of the District Governor to President Gilly Carty. Normally I like talking extempore, but I didn't want to exceed the time, so I come prepared to speak. Good afternoon, everyone. I've said that already. And thank you, Emil. As someone who was involved in movie production, the words "session sold out" is like music to the ears. That's what I felt when I heard that this changeover is fully booked. Thank you to all the 179 Rotarians and guests who are in attendance today. I will get to briefly presenting my thoughts about the year ahead, but before that, I have to thank everyone for making it possible to be standing in front of you today. First, my mom and dad. Thanks to my mom for giving me two great gifts. One, the gift of life, and two, the gift of education. Thanks to my dad for giving me a third gift, the gift of Rotary. My dad is a much better person and a far better Rotarian than me. And I'm trying my best to just follow in his footsteps. Thanks to my wife Priya and my daughter Ahalya, they keep me honest with their frank opinion and criticism, but at the same time, they are my strongest supporters. My When I asked them if it was okay for me to nominate for the DG role, both of them said, sure, go ahead. And I'm here now. When people ask me if I have an extended family in Adelaide, I tell them that the Rotary Club of Adelaide is my extended family. The amount of love, respect, encouragement that I have received from members of this great club makes me feel really blessed. When the opportunity to organize the district changeover came up, I could not think of any other place than with my Rotary Adelaide family. And you have shown your support again today. I would like to specially acknowledge my 3 Rotary mentors, Rob Mottram, Frank O'Neill, and Darcy Walsh. Rob put in so much effort to make today look easy. Thank you, Rob. Frank is always there to counsel me about people management. He's an expert. And Darcy could not make it today because he's stuck in an airport in Dubai because of flight cancellation. But he called me yesterday in a croaky voice to say that wishing me all the best. Thank you, Darcy. Today's event, you can blame anything on the DG but not the weather. I didn't ask for this weather. And coming from India, I think this is 20 degrees below my comfort zone. Today's event would not be possible without the quiet and efficient support of the MC and incoming President, Gildy. Thank you. Incoming District Secretary, Pam Wharton. Where are you, Pam? Yes, thank you, Pam. Past President Trevor Sterling. The tech wizard, Milos Novakovic. And of course, Rob Mottram. They did all the heavy lifting for organizing today's event. My sincere thanks to all of them. I acknowledge the presence of several past district governors today, and every one of them has provided me their unstinted support and encouragement in the past 2 years. And I am sure I can count on their support for the next 12 months also. One piece of advice which all of them have given me and have not followed is stay off the bread rolls. Being a vegetarian, the bread roll is my savior in some of the lunches I go to. Because the main course is not so tasty, so I have to live on the bread roll. Sorry, I could not follow that advice. 4 past district governors, I would like to specially thank our PDG Paul Thomas. Paul was the chair of the nominating committee that selected me as DG. He and Catherine embody the spirit of Rotary. Thank you. Past District Governor Wendy Gabourey. Wendy trained me at PETS, and Wendy has another hallmark of a great Rotarian. She never says no to anything in Rotary. Thank you, Wendy. And the 2 past district governors from my club, Don Sarah and David Egan. Both of them are an inspiration and constant source of support. Thank you, Don. Thank you, David. I can go on for hours thanking everyone in this room personally and recounting my special memories and stories with almost everyone in the room. I will save that for later. We all know that Rotary in our district and in Australia is facing some challenges. But those challenges are not insurmountable. Wherever there is a challenge, there is a Rotarian. We are overcoming a challenge called polio. The rest of all the challenges are much, much smaller than that. Compared to all the other challenges we faced, what we're trying to do to encourage membership and revitalize Rotary is not a big challenge. I have first-hand experienced the magic of Rotary in medical camps for the poor. I have imagined Rotary as a very successful tool for peace building, health, water and sanitation. Today, I stand before you and unite with all of you to do good in our local communities, in our country and in this world. President Mario and President Francisco have called us to unite for good. We have been doing that for the past 103 years in South Australia. We have been doing that for the past 120 years in the world. We unite with other community organizations, with local members of parliament and city councillors, and we will be continuing to unite for good. As one of my idols and fellow Rotarian, past member from Rotary Club of Palm Springs, California, Walt Disney said, "The greatest moments in life are not concerned with selfish achievements, but rather with the things we do for the people we love and esteem and whose respect we need. That, in essence, is service above self. And that, in essence, will be how I like to plan for the next 12 months ahead." Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce your district board for the year 2025-26. Without them, I can't do much because they are the real champions. I'm just the one who goes around to enjoying the bread rolls. When I call them, if you can please come and stand, and I'll give you a small folder. Take it and please stand here so that we can all have a photo together. District Secretary, Pam Wharton. District Finance Director, Tony Simmons. Director, Service Projects and Programs, Florian Cloco. I should learn how to knot a bow tie from Florian. He does it himself. It's not a stitch on tie. Director, Corporate and Admin, Dr. Andrew Johnson. Director, IT and Communications, Robin Legale. District Foundation Chair, Peter Schaefer, past District Governor Peter Schaefer is not here today. He is in Egypt, I think. He'll be back next week. So we can clap. Director, Learning and Development, Guy Clement. Guy went on an 8-week international trip, landed at 10:30 a.m. this morning and came for the changeover. District Rotary Representative, Steph Hopkins. District Governor-elect, Tim Mee. And Damien Leach, the District Governor nominee, is not here. He came and he left, so he's already got his folder. Last but not least, the most important, immediate past District Governor Marie-Louise Lees. You have some, it's heavier because you've got a special encrusted immediate past District Governor thing. Okay, if we can come this side, I think, Joanne, which side is better? Ladies and gentlemen, that's your board, district board for 25-26.
Sorry, up the forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hand it back to Katie.
Drop that mic down. congratulations, Rajeev. I think that ribbon looks good on you. You stick with it. I can tell you that the Rotary Club of Adelaide are very proud to be the home of the District Governor. I think you're the 11th District Governor from our club, so you have a lot of wonderful Rotarians that have gone before you to guide you on your path in the year ahead. And I'm looking forward to working with you, so as everybody here. Thank you. So Rotarians and guests, this comes to the end of our meeting. We really like to finish on time, so I apologise for the few minutes running over. I hope you've enjoyed the beautiful Adelaide Oval and that you've had a wonderful meal. We meet here every week, not necessarily in this room, but 1 till 2. You're all welcome to come to any of our meetings. And next week we have the managing partner of Deloitte from South Australia, Henry Mentz, who's going to be talking about the South Australian economy and the university merger. So you're welcome to come along. Hopefully I see you all next week. But if I don't, what are we doing? Oh, book online. Oh gosh. If I don't say you've got to book online by Monday by 12, I'll be slaughtered. So I'd like to officially close the meeting. I wish you all well, safe travels in this rain, and unite for good as you go on your path for the week. Thank you very much, everyone.